Hi, Vicki here. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do a yoga for flexibility practice. It's basically Ashtanga. So we have a sun salutation series at the beginning to settle in, warm up the body a bit, and the repetition calms the mind down a little bit as well too. And then we'll move into a standing series and then a seated series and finish in Savasana. So grab your mat, jump into something comfy, and let's get started. All right, take a seat on your mat, and we'll start in easy pose today. So roll those shoulders back a few times, open up the chest and shoulders. Those hands sit, palms up on the knees. Gently close the eyes. Take just a few moments here at the top to just settle in a bit. Let everything slow down and just tune into the breath. Nice full breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. If you'd like to set an intention, now would be the time. And we'll open our practice with 2 deep breaths together. Big inhale in through the nose, out through the nose. Full deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, one chin of Om. As you complete your chant, complete your exhale, the eyes gently open, and we'll meet at the top of our mats in mountain. Alright, we're going to start with those either big toes together, heels slightly apart, or feet hip width distance apart, whatever feels best for you today. Roll those shoulders back, bring the hands to heart center, and we begin with 5 rounds of sun salutation A. The inhale, just reach up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, allow the knees to come down first, and then the chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, we're gonna spend 5 breath cycles here in down dog. And pedal the feet a bit here, warming up those legs, getting a nice stretch. Let that breath flow in and out through the nose the entire time throughout our practice. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, ocean breath, you can use it here. Your next inhale, you're going to bring your feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, return to mountain. 4 more. Inhale, upward salute, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Same thing here. If you want to keep moving the legs here, stretching out, and working the knees from side to side. And some stretch in the shoulders as well too. Feel free.
Eventually we'll start to find stillness in our down dogs. We can use this time as a bit of a warm-up for the body as well too. With the inhale, bring the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upper salute. Exhale, return to mountain. 3 more. Inhale, upper salute, reach up, reach back a bit. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Alright, same thing here. If you want to continue to move around, please do. If you're ready to start finding some stillness here, ground down through the hands and the feet. Lift through the hips. Find that equilateral triangle position of dog, down dog. And let that breath keep flowing in and out through the nose. Next inhale brings the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upper salute. Exhale, return to mountain. 2 more. Inhale, upper salute, reach up, reach back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Alright, once again, if you're finding stillness here, start to lift the gaze up towards the belly button. But you do also have that opportunity to move around here a little bit, especially if the body's kind of tight. It needs a little bit more movement today, or you can start settling in. Next inhale brings the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, return to mountain. Last one. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Alright, settle in here. Those hands should be about shoulder width apart. Feet about hip width distance apart. Rounding down into your down dog here. Lifting those hips nice and high. The next inhale, bring the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, return to mountain. Alright, we're going to follow that up with 3 rounds of sun salutation B. So again, once again in mountain. This time with the inhale, we sit down into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lift up, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. This down dog we're going to hold. Keep that breath flowing in and out through the nose. 5 breath cycles here. Use that next inhale to bring the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale to mountain. All right, 2 more of those. From mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And hold. Next inhale brings the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, mountain. Last one here. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Last one here. Hold this down dog. Keep that breath. Keep the breath flowing in and out through the nose. Next, inhale, bring the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. Release the hands to the sides. All right, we're going to move into our... All right, let's start our standing series. I've brought over a yoga block and a strap for potential use later. I'll keep those at the top of my mat. We're gonna start today in a standing forward fold. So we're bringing those feet either directly under the hips or big toes together, heels slightly apart. Find that positioning that works best for you. As you're ready, hands to the hips. Release the upper body towards the lower body with the exhale. Release the hands down. The hands reach. We're going to wrap peace fingers around big toes. If they don't reach, you can utilize that block as a place to land the hands. Bring them to the legs. And always okay to bend the knees, especially if there's a lot of pulling in the back of the legs. As with our down dogs and our sun salutation series, we're going to hang out in each of these postures for 5 breath cycles, and then we'll move to the next. Release the hands from the feet, bring them back to the waist. Use an inhale to lift back to center. Full breath at the top. And then exhale, bring the upper body towards the lower body once more, forward fold. This time we're going to bring the hands under the feet. The goal is to bring the toes towards the wrists. Maybe today just those fingertips get under, or maybe you're just reaching down towards the feet once again. Settle in here. We spend 5 breath cycles in each of these postures because it's long enough for the body to find the pose in the most way that it is going to today. Try to release as much as you can into these folds. Body stretch. Reduce your resistance. Release those hands from under the feet, bring them back to the waist. Use an inhale to lift back to center. Release to mountain. All right, next we're going to come into triangle. We're going to start with the right foot forward, left foot back. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle and the hips are open here. As you're ready, bring those arms out to the sides. And then release that right hand inside the right foot and look up towards that left thumb. Creating a nice long line from hand to hand here. If it bothers the neck at all to look up, keep that head neutral. Try not to sink into those fingers. You want to stay nice and long here. Use your next inhale to lift back to center. Change direction of feet. So we're going to face the back of the mat, that left foot's to the front. Open up again and then release that left hand inside the left foot. Look up towards that right thumb. Find your triangle. Use your inhale, lift back to center. Change direction of feet. Come to the top of the mat. Take a moment in mountain. All right, let's move into our next posture. We're going to do 4 versions of wide forward fold. So bring those feet, come horizontal on the mat. Bring those feet about 4 feet apart. Hands to the waist. With the exhale, let the crown of the head point down towards the mat. And then release those hands straight down from the shoulders. The ultimate goal of this posture is to get the crown of the head to the mat. Obviously, that's very hard. But over time, you might find that that becomes a possibility for you. Bring those hands back to the waist. Use the inhale to lift back to center. Full breath at the top. Exhale, release back down into your wide forward fold. Crown of the head points towards the mat. This time the hands stay right there at the waist. We're just letting that head be really heavy here. Pull us down towards the mat. As in all of our folds, you can bend those knees, especially if there's pulling in the back of the legs. come back up to center. Full breath at the top. Exhale, release forward, come back into your wide forward fold. This time we're bringing the hands towards the feet. If they reach, wrap those peace fingers around big toes. If they don't, just reach those hands towards the feet. Release the hands from the feet. Use the inhale to lift back to center. Full breath at the top. All right, we're going to do one more wide forward fold. This time we're going to bring those hands into a clasp behind the back, pulling those shoulder blades towards one another. All right, with the exhale, let that crown of the head come down. And this time we're letting those hands lift up off the back as well too. Working on a little bit of shoulder mobility here in this posture as well. As those shoulders become more mobile, you be more range of motion. Those hands will come further up off the back, maybe up and over the head as well too. Use your next inhale to lift back to center. Release the hands, come to the top of the mat. Take a moment in mountain. All right, we're going to move into pyramid next. So we're going to start with right foot forward, left foot back. This time all the toes are pointed towards the top of the mat and only about 3 feet between the feet here. We're going to start by bringing those hands into the clasp just like we did the last time. Open the chest, pull those shoulder blades towards one another. Exhale, release into pyramid, right side. Let that upper body come down towards that right leg. Take a good look at that shin, take a look at that knee. Those hands lift up off the back. As always, some bend is a-okay. Inhale, lift back to center. Change direction of feet, face the back of the mat. Set up pyramid left side. Reclasp those hands, really open the chest. Exhale, release, come into pyramid left side. Take a good look at that left knee, left shin. That upper body come down. Each exhale, see if you can release further into the posture. Release some resistance. Use the inhale to come back to center. Release those hands, turn back towards the top of the mat. Take a step forward, find mountain, release. All right, we're gonna move into some balancing postures. So I'm gonna hang on to my strap. I'll show you how to do it on the right side with the strap, and then I'll demonstrate on the left without the strap. Okay, so we're gonna do thumb to foot first. So we're gonna pick up that right foot, ball of the foot in the strap, lift it up out in front of you and hang on to it right there. Hold that foot right out there in front of you. Try to stand nice and tall. Very common to hold your breath in balancing postures. So keep that breath flowing in and out through the nose. Full time here.
The exhale, set that foot back down, stand on 2 feet for a moment. All right, let's pick that right foot back up once more. Lift it up, out in front of you, and this time open out to the sides. We're opening that hip, letting that leg open a bit. Find your posture. Bring it back around to center, release that right foot down. Stand on 2 feet. All right, release that strap from the right foot. We're gonna do one more on the right side. This is just to work on hip flexor strength, so we don't need the strap for this. We're just gonna work from where we are. Pick up that right knee and push that right heel out in front of you. The goal is to get the leg as parallel to the floor as possible while keeping the back straight and to hold it there. We're building strength in the outside of the hip here in that hip flexor. The exhale, set it down. Stand on 2 feet. Take a moment in mountain. All right, we're gonna do the rest of these, we're gonna do those thing poses on the left side. So we're gonna pick up the left foot. This time I'm gonna use peace fingers around my left big toe. I'm gonna keep my arm to the outside of my leg. I'm just gonna pick that foot up and bring it straight out in front of me. Hold there. These are challenging postures. But balance poses help us build stability, especially in the core. The exhale, set it down. Stand on 2 feet. Full breath. All right, let's pick that left foot up once more, either with your strap or your peace fingers. Same thing, pick her up, bring it out to the side. Keep that breath flowing in and out through the nose. Bring it around to front and release, stand on both feet. All right, working on hip flexor strength, left side. So we're gonna pick up that left knee and then push the left foot out in front of us. Hold there. Some find it helpful to bring the hands to heart center. Others find it more helpful to keep the hands open to the sides. If your leg starts to drift down, you can bend the knee and bring it up again. Release with the exhale, stand on 2 feet. Take a moment in mountain. All right, one more balancing posture here. We're gonna do a standing half lotus. So we're gonna pick up that right heel, bring it in towards the groin, let the right knee come down towards the mat. Once you have your legs positioned, bring that right hand to heart center and settle in. The goal here is to open this hip as much as possible, let that knee come down. If you feel super stable, you can come into a forward fold here. I'm gonna stay upright today. One more breath here. Release with the exhale, stand on 2 feet. All right, let's move to the left side. Left heel comes up and into the groin. Let that left knee come down towards the mat. As you're ready, let that left hand come to heart center. Settle into standing half lotus. Release with your next exhale, stand on 2 feet, take a moment in mountain. All right, 2 more standing postures and then we're gonna move into our seated section. So we're gonna come into warrior 1. Right foot comes forward, left foot goes back. Hips and shoulders top of mat. As you're ready, lift the arms, lift the gaze. I like to imagine I'm holding a beach ball above my head. My hands around the sun. The shoulders come down. The exhale, move to warrior two. Bring those arms parallel. Allow the hips to open a bit here. Gaze out over those right fingertips. Inhale, lift the arms, turn towards the back of the mat. Find warrior one left side. Lift the gaze as you're ready. Transition warrior two, bring those arms parallel, gaze out over those right or left fingertips. Core engaged here. Breath flowing in and out through the nose. Inhale, lift the arms, turn towards the top of the mat, take a step forward, take a moment in mountain. That completes our standing series. We'll move to the floor for the rest of our practice for our seated. If you haven't already, take a seat on your mat. I'm going to demonstrate our transition we're going to do between seated poses. It's called the jump through. You can practice it along with me or just take a little break here. So we're going to start in staff pose. Sit nice and tall, bring those toes back towards the face of it. Cross the ankles, bring the hands forward, find plank. Lower through chaturanga. Pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. And then cross the ankles. Take a seat, pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, our first seated pose is staff. So sit up nice and tall, hands next to the hips. Flex those toes back towards the face just a little bit. Core engaged here, glutes engaged. Flat happening in staff here. As with our standing postures, we're going to spend 5 breath cycles in each of these poses. And then we'll do our jump through and move to the next. All right, this transition. Cross the ankles, hands come forward, find plank. Lower through chaturanga. Pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles, take seats, pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, our next posture we're going to do is a seated forward fold. You can utilize your strap if you're not quite reaching your feet yet. Otherwise, lift, release forward. Bring that upper body down towards the lower body. Working for a clasp with the hands behind the feet. As with our standing folds, anytime you need to bend those knees, especially if there's any pulling in the back of the legs, please do so. We want to work to improve our flexibility gradually so that we prevent injury. Release, come back to staff, and transition. Cross the ankles, hands come forward, find plank. Lower through chaturanga. Pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles, take seats. Pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, our next one we're going to do is a reverse plank. So we're bringing those hands under the shoulders here. And then we're gonna lift those hips straight up. This is a big one for the shoulders. We wanna engage the core and the glutes here. Hang on to it. Another one where it's very common to hold your breath. Keep that breath flowing in and out through the nose. Keep those hips lifted. The exhale, come back to staff. And transition. Cross the ankles, hands come forward. Find plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles, take seats. Pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, we're gonna come into a seated half lotus here. So I'm gonna turn it a little bit here. I'm gonna bring my right foot in and next to my thigh. I'm gonna also bring that foot on top. It's a little difficult putting that ankle bone straight into the quad there. So I'm gonna keep that foot next to my leg there. Lift, release forward, come into the full. Once again, looking for that clasp of the hands behind the foot. Always okay to use that strap. Release, lift back to center, and we're gonna transition to the opposite side. So that left foot is coming in towards the thigh or on top, whichever you choose to do today. Lift, release forward. Find that forward fold here. You wanna let that upper body come down towards the lower body as much as possible. Release, lift back to center, lengthen out that leg, come back to staff. Transition, cross those ankles, hands come forward. Find plank, lower through chaturanga, pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles, take seats, pull the feet through, return to staff. All right, let's come into half saddle here. So we're gonna bring that right heel back towards the right hip. Sit up nice and tall here. You can make it less difficult by moving, creating more space between the thighs. More difficult by keeping them closer together. Make sure you're not leaning one way or the other. Center up, and then release forward. Once again, we're reaching forward for that left foot, coming into the fold. Release, lift back to center, lengthen the legs out, and we'll transition to the opposite side. So that left heel comes back towards the left hip, center up here once more, lift and release forward. Release, lift back to center, come back to staff, and let's transition. Cross those ankles, hands come forward, find plank, lower through chaturanga, pull through cobra, lift to down dog, cross the ankles, take a seat, pull the feet through, return to staff. All right, we're gonna come into ray of light, which is kind of a funky arm bind. So we're gonna bend up that right leg, And then we're gonna wrap the right arm around the right leg. We're looking for that clasp of the hands behind the back. This is all about the shoulders here. You can utilize your strap here if the hands don't quite meet. Once you find your positioning, let that head come forward. Deepen the stretch in the back of that right shoulder. Release with the exhale, come back to center, and go to the opposite side. So left leg up, wrap the left arm around, find that hook of the elbow around the knee, and clasp the hands behind the back. Once again, utilize that strap or hang on to your shirt, and then let that head come forward, deepen the stretch in the shoulder. Release with the exhale, come back to staff. And transition. Cross the ankles, hands come forward, high plank. Lower through chaturanga. Pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles, take a seat. Pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, we're gonna come into a twist now. So we're gonna bring that right foot up and in. But this time we're wrapping the opposite arm, left arm around it and looking back over that right shoulder. We want to try and originate the twist in the waist here. Make it less difficult by moving that hand further away, more difficult by keeping the hand closer to the back. Release with the exhale, come back around to center, and transition to the opposite side. So left leg up, right arm around the back over the left shoulder. Release with the exhale, come back around to center, come back to staff, and transition. Cross the ankles, hands come forward, find plank. Lower through chaturanga, pull through cobra, lift to down dog, cross the ankles, take a seat, pull the feet through, return to staff. All right, we're gonna come into butterfly next. So we're bringing the soles of the feet together, heels come in towards the groin. We're gonna hang on to the toes, let those knees come down towards the mat as much as possible. Then from here, you can start to lean out over the feet, keeping the back nice and straight here. Being mindful not to go too far. This is a big stretch for the groin. Don't want to create any strains or pulls there. Find your spot, hang on to it. I'm gonna work to the edge, but not past. Inhale, lift, come back to center. Lengthen those legs out, find staff, and transition. Cross the ankles, hands come forward, find plank. Lower through chaturanga, pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles to the seat. Pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, we're gonna come into a wide forward fold here next. So we're gonna bring those heels at least off the mat, or you can come horizontal if that feels better for you. Sit up nice and tall, and then work the upper body down. We're gonna keep some length through the back here. Try not to round in. Let's keep it nice and long. You have the option to bring peace fingers to big toes if that feels good to you. Lots of options here. Once again, be mindful how far you go. Building flexibility over time. Next inhale, start coming back up to center. Make your way into staff. Cross those ankles, hands come forward, find plank. Lower through chaturanga. Pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles to the seats. Pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, one more seated pose, and it is boat. So we're gonna center up on that tailbone, lift the arms, lift the legs, engage the core. This one's all about core here. So hang on to it. If you need to hold on to the back of the thighs, please do. You can even keep those toes down if needed. If you feel really good here, you're gonna lengthen everything out. Find your spot, hang on to it, keep that back nice and long. Keep the breath flowing in and out through the nose. Just 2 more breath cycles here. Release with the exhale, come back to staff. Last transition. Cross those ankles, hands come forward, find plank. Lower through chaturanga. Pull through cobra. Lift to down dog. Cross the ankles to the seats. Pull the legs through, return to staff. All right, let's come on down onto our backs for our last couple of poses here. I'm also gonna take my strap with me. All right, lengthen out that left leg. We're gonna loop that strap around the ball of the right foot. And also use peace fingers here. Line up the joints, and then we're gonna start letting that leg open up. Open to the side here. We wanna keep that left shoulder, left bun in the mat here. This is thumb to foot. Sleeping and lateral. Use that inhale to bring the foot back up to center. Release, lay on your back, both legs extended for a moment. And let's transition to the opposite side. So strap goes around the left foot, hold it in the left hand, right arm out to the side as a counterbalance. And then as you exhale, let that left leg open. Same thing here, we're trying to keep that right shoulder, right bun in the mat. As always, building flexibility over time. Use the inhale to lift, come back to center, release the left foot, lengthen out, strap to the side. All right, we're gonna come into bridge next. So bend those knees, bring your feet flat to the mat, arms relaxed along your sides here. And then with the inhale, lift the hip points up, engage the glutes here, weight in our shoulders and our feet. That breath flowing in and out through the nose here. Last active posture.
exhale, lower that tailbone back down towards the mat, and then lengthen the legs out. We're gonna make our way into Savasana. Take a moment to move the body a bit. Find a comfortable spot. Let those toes roll out. We want those hips to open. Palms up here. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. Close the eyes. Today we're going to spend about 10 breath cycles here. If you have more time to spend in Savasana, pause the video and stay for longer. This is your time to process your practice. We're going to begin to come back to the room, just allowing the fingers and toes to wiggle a bit. The head roll from side to side a couple times, nice and slow. Back up, then big full body stretch. Extend the arms, extend the legs, stretch from fingers to toes. Exhale, release, allow the body to roll to one side. We're going to spend about 2 to 3 breath cycles here on our side and fetal. Just relax here for a moment. Let those eyes remain heavy. Taking time with ourselves. Doing our best not to rush. With your next inhale, start to make your way towards a seated position. Move and adjust as needed. And we'll close our practice today with 2 deep breaths together. Big inhale in through the nose, out through the nose. Full deep breath in. Exhale, one chant of Om. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Have a great day.